Hey guys, this is Em and we're talking kids ministries. Obviously, I want to introduce you a new category in the blogs section. So we've got a few different categories that we've been doing. I haven't done some of them in a little while. But this one is a category that I think is very practical for a lot of people. When it comes to kids ministries, there's two things that often we have to deal with in a kids ministry, and that is controlling a classroom or a kids ministry, whether it's like a music time, games time, but having control of that environment in a sense, and regaining attention. You'll find often when we're teaching, or if we're doing songs, or if we're doing games, you'll find that there's times where you might lose control of a class. You might lose the kids' attention. You might not have them listening to your instructions or listening to you or engaging or obeying even. And so there's different things that we can do in a kids' ministry setting that help create a more, I don't know what you'd call it, but just tweak a couple of things, whether it's structure of the way you lay out a classroom, whether it's a little thing you do. You might think it's just a habit, but it's actually something that you do to get the kids' attention back. Or maybe there's little different things that we do in different aspects, whether it's games, songs, or lesson time. And so we're going to be sharing a whole bunch of different ideas that you can do and implement in your class. Now, let me explain where this kind of idea come from and kind of the different things that has kind of inspired it, if you would. First of all, I've been watching a couple of movies about teachers. Now, this is not Sunday school teachers, this is actual teachers. And these movies are based on true life teachers and watching them in their classroom and helping them get their class in order, if you would. And so some of these teachers, they had unruly classes. And sometimes we can have unruly kids ministries. Now, in those settings, those kids weren't learning anything. They didn't have different things were happening. Some may not have had respect. Some may not have wanted to learn. Some may have had so much going on in their home life that they were misbehaving because of that. And so there's often different things that account for this. And these movies, they had these teachers dealing with kids like that. And these classes were so unruly that these kids learnt nothing. Anytime a teacher go in there, they just quit because they couldn't handle it. And often when we work with kids, you'll find different things make it difficult to work with kids. If I say, for example, if you have a whole bunch of kids who don't listen or follow instructions, it can actually make you feel like you're going backwards. It can actually make you feel like you're not achieving anything. Truth is, if they're not listening, they're probably not actually learning. Yes, there will be some kids. Obviously, I was one of those kids that has a terrible attention span. But you'll find that sometimes I'm listening, but I don't look like I'm listening. But the only problem with those kind of kids is they're also great at distracting the whole class. And you'll find that, yes, they may be listening, they may be learning, but they're also probably stopping a whole bunch of kids from learning as well. And so in this blog section, we'll be sharing different ideas. These aren't things that I've made up. These are not new things. They're just different things that, whether it was a structure thing that was in place when I was a kid, whether it was something they did and I've just noticed it. And what I've done is I've trialed these different things. Maybe it's something someone told me about and I've used it. Attention getter. Obviously, I use lots of attention getters because sometimes you're in a class and you have to hold different age group or different ages and you've got to hold their attention. So you've got to use something that grabs their attention and brings it back in. And sometimes you might have kids listening, but you might have one that's not. And sometimes, yes, you can have a helper that helps, sort that kid out. But at the same time, if you're not engaging with the kids enough, you'll find that you're going to lose more of them and more of them. And you can't expect all your helpers to do all of the heavy lifting in that side. I know I was helping out in a kids ministry, and my voice isn't as strong as it used to be. And we're playing outside, we're doing games, and I'm helping out, and I'm finding that my voice by the end of the night is gone. And I feel like we've not played as many games as we could have because we were too busy trying to explain instructions, or we were too busy trying to get the kids together and actually listen to the instructions. And so I started implementing a couple of different things and trialing a few different things, and all of a sudden now it's like, hey, this is fun. I'm enjoying this in the ministry. I'm enjoying the different things, and the kids are also enjoying it, and they're getting into it, and they've picked up on a few things. Now, as we said, controlling a classroom and getting attention. These are simple little things that we can tweak in our class. That's not a major thing, and you'll be surprised at what the impact will be. So, let's check it out. Let's see what some of them are.